Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host. Before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at SensTalk_ for live time updates of the games and, of course, breaking news. As well, please check out seatgiant.ca and use code SensTalk to get discounts on your Senators tickets. Tonight's game was against the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Battle of Ontario. Sold out game, obviously. 50-50 Sens Leaf fans. A lot. And I mean a lot of Leaf fans. Sens are not doing well, clearly. And it's expected to be a lot of Leaf fans. So before the Ottawa media gets all crazy about that, plenty of people were saying this on Twitter, just calm down. Sens fans are selling tickets for 3 times the initial price. Everyone's making a profit. Everyone's happy. So it's embarrassing when Erik Karlsson's booed in his own building. But at the same time, it's still sold out. They're giving money to the Senators. And it doesn't really matter how many fans that are there that are the Leafs. The only thing that was embarrassing to me was that Erik Karlsson was booed once. But besides that, the starting goaltenders for tonight's game was Frederik Andersen for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And for the Senators, it was Craig Anderson. Senators were trying to continue a hot streak against the Maple Leafs. Coming into this game, Craig Anderson had won 7 games in a row against the Leafs, a personal winning streak for him. And before this game started, the Senators were 9-1-0 in the Mike Babcock era versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. To the first period we go. Zach Hyman tips one, no chance for Anderson. After a scramble, Anderson couldn't stop this one. Hyman all alone. Wide open net from Matthews and Jake Gardiner, and the Leafs take the 1-0 lead on Hyman's 8th of the year. The second period we go. Some nice passing finds Stone passing it to Karlsson, who roofs it past Frederik Andersen. His first goal in 11 games. Ottawa ties up at 1 on Karlsson's 4th of the year, assisted by Mark Stone and Ryan Dzingel. Moments later, Mike Hoffman on a beautiful pass from Cody Ceci springs him loose and roofs it past Frederik Andersen. I mean roofs it. A perfect shot from Mike Hoffman. 2-1 Ottawa. Ceci and Bobby Ryan draw the assist. And moments later again, 8 minutes exact, Tom Pyatt, shorthanded, roofs it. All these goals were beautiful roof, bar down goals. Tom Pyatt roofs it glove side past Freddie Anderson. Shorthanded, assisted by Zach Smith and Mark Stone, which was very interesting to bring up Zach Smith. Zach Smith was collided with Borgman, a late hit. It should have been interference on Borgman, which was. And that will definitely be reviewed by the NHL, in my opinion, that hit. Somehow it led to a Senators penalty, embellishment or something, I don't know. But shorthanded, turned out Smith assisted the 3-1 lead goal, so the puck never lies, I guess. Shouldn't have been a penalty. Ended up a Senators goal, so the hockey gods gave something to the Senators. Another thing is the second period for the Senators. Second period in the whole season, practically, definitely 2018, where the Senators looked like the better team. The Senators played very well this period, goals-wise, and they didn't allow goals. So hopefully they can keep it up to the third period. 3 minutes in, Austin Matthews tips it past Anderson after a broken play, assisted by Zach Hyman and Jake Gardiner. Matthews get the Leaf fans in the building jacked up, gets the Leafs back in the game. It's 3-2. Less than 2 minutes later, Marner makes a nice move past Anderson, toe drags it, backhands it, and scores it. Power play goal assist by Jake Gardiner. The Leafs tied up at 3. And then moments later, 4 minutes in, Carrick shoots it and scores. He beats Craig Anderson, glove side. I think he was screened. Apparently no chance for Anderson there. Screened, should have stopped it, went above his glove. And that would do it. The Leafs win the game 4-3. They now improve to 9-2-0. They now improve to 2-9-0 against the Senators in the Mike Babcock era. This is the Senators' first loss against the Leafs in quite a while. And like I said in my last video, the Sens won that game fair and square. They deserve to get the chirp the Leaf fans on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. The Senators lost this game fair and square, 4-3. So, as a Sens fan, it sucks to get chirped at, but your team lost. So, if your team's going to get chirped at, Sens fans don't get triggered. Even though, yes, Leaf fans can be obnoxious, all fan bases can be obnoxious, but Leaf fans are, not all, but there are some obnoxious fans on both sides, obviously. It's all for good fun, and the better team won in this game, realistically. The Senators shouldn't have won the game with the way they started off. Frederik Andersen looked a little shaky, in my opinion, but the Leafs won. The Senators just didn't have it tonight, and they haven't had it all season. So if you're going to start picking on Leaf fans, oh, well, we did this, this, and this. Well, you didn't win tonight, so there's something towards the Leaf fans. Like I said against the Sens, against the Leaf fans the last game, I'll say something against the Sens fans. As a Sens fan myself, this team lost fair and square. Something Steve Dangle says, the Leafs YouTube guy, if you don't know him. So it's just something to think about. Always in good fun, but the chirping in the Battle of Ontario is definitely the best part of the Battle of Ontario. But yeah, the Leafs deserve to win this game, and they got the 2 points. Senators got no points, which is good as well. Good for Rasmus Dahlin, Rasmus Dahlin, if you guys are interested in that, which at this point in the season, if you're a Sens fan, you should definitely be interested in Rasmus Dahlin. The total shots were 33-16 in favor of the Leafs. The team stats, face-offs, 34 wins for the Senators, 48.6%. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 36 wins. Power plays, Ottawa went 1 for 2, Carlson's lone goal, and the Leafs went 1 for 3. Hits for 29-25 Sens, and the shots were 33-18. The 3 stars of the game, Zach Hyman with a goal and assist. Second star, Mark Stone with 2 assists. And the first star, Jake Garner. The Sens Talk YouTube star of the night, as usual, Mark Stone, best player of the season, 2 assists on the night. As well, I wanted to break up an interesting point where the Senators, in the final minute, emptied their net, obviously, and got the 6 men out there right away. Unlike the last couple of days ago that happened, they didn't put the guy out right away. But what happened is they kept on dumping it in. I didn't like that. You're down by 1 goal with empty net, and Carlson shoots it in, Zingel just flips it in, Hoffman just flips it in. Why not just give it to Carlson, who is the most dynamic player on the ice for the whole game, just by skill, talent, and speed. Carlson, top 3 player in the world, still in my opinion, even though he hasn't had a season like he's used to. He still had a decent season in my opinion. You give it to Carlson, you let him do his magic, you let him skate in, let him set a play up instead of just shooting it in, turning it over. And there was a point where it tipped off Carlson and went all the way down the ice, no icing. Killed off 10-15 seconds. The Senators could have had to tie it. So I'm not a coach, but I do like to talk about hockey, and I consider myself an analyst in some way. If you guys and girls are watching this video, you guys clearly like my opinion sometimes. And my opinion is, you're down by 1 goal. I hate to dump and chase to begin with, usually. Sometimes it works. You're down by 1 goal. 40 seconds ago, you lost 20-25 seconds from those 3 dump-ins. So in my opinion, give it to Carlson, your most dynamic player, skate it in and set up a play and try to get a goal. Because those 20-25 seconds really costed the Senators potentially the tying goal in the final minute. The attendance from tonight's game was 17,768, which is a sellout. A lot of Leaf fans clearly in the building. Stone completed the game on 1 leg per Guy Boucher, 1 leg. You can take or leave what that means. He did limp to the room afterwards during the game when he fell into the boards awkwardly. We'll have to see what happens. Hopefully he's not out long term. Hopefully he's not out at all. Oduya and Burrows are both injured, so more call-ups will be needed and will be made tomorrow, which is Sunday. As well, Dorian met with the players in the locker room the last couple of days. And according to Chris Johnson during the panel during the second intermission, he had not good things to say to the players, which is not surprising. They've had a very putrid season to the standards that was set after a goal away from the conference finals last year. The Senators have had a very, very drastically different season, minus Mark Stone, who's had a fantastic season. And the players apparently gave some talking back. So you can take it or leave them. Just keep on adding that gas to the fire, Senators. It's I agree with Pierre Dorian. It's about time he went to the players, but they haven't had a good season. But the fact that the players talk back, not a good relationship there, clearly. And we'll see what happens there. There's so much drama going on with the Senators, and it would be a nice consolation prize to get Rasmus Dahlin out of all of this. Besides that, the next Senators game is January 22nd, which is on Monday night against the Minnesota Wild in Minnesota at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I will see you guys and girls there, or probably then, depending on what time the video time the game ends. But besides that, the Senators lose this game 4-3, and like I've said, Leafs won fair and square. Go at yourselves on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, but keep in mind, Senators did not win this game. It's the Leafs' turn the badger on the Sens fans. But as well, always defend the O. But besides that, thank you for watching. Please follow us on Twitter at SENS_talk_ for live updates of the games and of course breaking news. Please like us on Facebook at SENS Talk, add us to circles on Google Plus SENS Talk, click the big red button down there and subscribe to us. Like this video, share this video wherever you hear cool stuff. Please check out our website, senstalkcentral.com. We update it every single day as well. Please check out cgiant.ca and use the code SENSTALK to get discounts on your Senators tickets. You don't want to give money directly to Eugene Melnyk? Use cgiant.ca and you'll get cheap discounted tickets that doesn't go to Eugene Melnyk. That money you send to that link, SENSTALK, with the discount code to cgiant.ca, really helps this channel. So please use that. And as well, please click right here for the season playlist, right here for our most recent upload, and right here to subscribe to us. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate your support. I'll see you Monday night when the Senators take on the Minnesota Wild. Maybe we'll talk about a more exciting game. But at this point, let's just hope we're falling for Dahlin. I'll see you then. Go Sens go.